This is Crick Buzz Centerstage. Adam Collins, Michael Vaughan on the day where Australia retaining the Ashes here at Old Trafford. They've beaten England by 185 runs. They've done it with about 14 overs to spare. Tim Paine, in the end, got the ball right next to the pin. Just enough time to bowl them out. But boy, we had ourselves a hell of a day of cricket.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we all arrived this morning with the fact that England lost those two late wickets last night, thinking, it'd probably be 2:30, 3 o'clock kind of finish. The pitch has started to deteriorate. There'll be plenty of spin. They'll get some reverse swing. Well, this England team, they've got character. You know, they've got a bit of fight in them. With a bat in hand, I think they're trying desperately to play the Test match way. You know, that's 67 all out at Headingley when they were all flinging the hands at the ball. That's not the way to play Test match cricket. And what I'm seeing with the Test team here is they're a team that's trying to find their method. And what I've seen in the last 2 or 3 innings is that their method's going to be to try and bat long. They're trying to wear the opponents down. It's got to be staying with them now. That's their DNA. That's got to be with them all the time. This was lost on days 1 and 2. No question. England, for whatever reason, poor conditions to bowl. Yes, of course it was day 1, but they just didn't look with it. They didn't look there. They didn't realise that was the moment. That was the moment they had to grab. And on day 2, the no ball, the drop catches, giving Steve Smith a life, well, it's criminal. You can't. He's just too good, and he made them pay. Australia, over the course of 4 Test matches, if you analyse every session, I reckon they've won 75-80% of the sessions. England always have felt that they've been trying to chase the game or chase the day or chase the session. Day 2 at Headingley is probably the only day that I arrived having been bowled out for 179 the day before Australia, that England were cock-a-hoop, the sun was shining, and then within an hour or two they bowled out for 67 and they grabbed the initiative back to Australia. Then the Stokes innings, then you arrive here and after day when you think, all that momentum's been given back to Australia. They've just got to be honest. I look at this England Test match team, it needs some TLC. It needs a bit of loving. For 4 years, it's been about the white ball. It's been about the colours. It's been about the World Cup, and that's been delivered. This Test match team, it's been kind of put in the corner, hit in the corner, and just play. There's not been enough TLC. There's not been enough preparation. There's not been enough real hard thinking and determined thought processes around what we are trying to deliver as a Test match team. It needs some TLC.
And even for all of that, for the preparation which Australia put in, they probably should have won at Leeds last week. Of course, they should have won at Leeds last week. There was reasons to believe today. We were thinking, we could have the blockbuster to finish off this series in London. Jason Roy, Joe Denley, Craig Overton, Jack Leach once again. There were moments there, weren't there? But just every time that England needed to have another half an hour, that's when they lost their wickets.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of summed up the summer of cricket. That well, I think you'll be the same as me. I thought 2:30, but it was dramatic. That party stand. After every over, they're up on the feet cheering. There was something happening, something special. Jack Leach, the glasses were off. The wiper was out. All of a sudden, the helmet was kind of hit, but he wanted the physio on. We had physio and doctor on the boundary road.
Like Cardiff.
Stuart Broad took forever to come out. He wasn't coming out. He kind of put the stopwatch. Yeah, you can go now, Stuart. You've nicked another couple of minutes. It just had everything in terms of the drama. The Aussies are singing their celebration song, which is not nice for me to hear, but they deserve it. I love today because it just showed again Test match cricket. You know, every single England fan, and I would say 95% of them were England supporters here, they were cheering dots. They were cheering mains. It wasn't about the runs, and they all understood that, you know, it was about the forward defence. And what Joe Denley did, he played with great discipline. He'll play at the Oval. I'm sure he'll get the winter months now because he's played well enough to do so. And in Jason Roy, you can see it reminded me very much. I'm not an alcoholic, but I could see from Jason's perspective, it's like throwing him in a room as an alcoholic full of booze and saying to him, right, for 6 hours you can't touch it. That's what it felt to me about playing the big shot. He was like, I can't play anything. I've got to play forward defence, and he tried his best. Whether it's good enough to get him a game on Thursday, we'll have to wait and see. But I like character, I like fight. England showed that, but ultimately Australia were too good over the course of the 4 games.
Yeah, and we saw it with Overton and Leach at the end, the drama. It was memories of 2009 in Cardiff for a while there when the time wasting was going on. It wasn't enough, but principally the reason it wasn't enough was because Australia's bowlers were too good. There was no weak link today. They all made a contribution at some stage. Pat Cummins, the ever-reliable Pat Cummins with 4 wickets. Mitchell Starc was in there. Josh Hazlewood. The key moment was probably when Josh Buttler shouldered arms and lost his off stump. But what a piece of bowling for Hazlewood to affect that.
Yeah, just a little bit wide of the crease angle in. Maybe a bit of reverse swing. It came back a long way. Sam Jones bowled a similar delivery to Michael Clarke on this venue in 05. It reminded me of that. I mean, I remember that game in 09, you know, the famous draw, Monty Panesar, and I always remember watching it, and Ricky Ponting didn't bowl the left arm. He didn't bowl Michael Clarke, bringing it back out of the rough. And what did Tim Paine do today? Labuschagne. Brought Labuschagne on, brought it back into Jack Leach. He'd been facing the off spinner. Good captaincy. Tim Paine's a good guy. He is a good man, and I like to see good people prosper. Even though he's an Aussie, even though Australia have retained the Ashes, don't like that, but I do admire people that do things the right way. And Tim Paine, over the course of a year or so, now with Justin Langer, Steve Waugh, that song's getting louder by the way, they're doing the right things. They're doing the right things with the team, and they deserve this win here.
In closing, where Australian cricket was 18 months ago, the sandpaper farrago, England beat India last year in a test series for the best side in the world. It has been quite the reversal in fortunes in quite a short space of time. Who would have given Australia even a puncher's chance 12 months ago here?
Yeah, and I look back to 12 months ago when you think who was man of the series. England beat the number one team 4-1, Sam Curran. Where's Sam Curran been this summer? We haven't seen him. So the preparation and planning for this Ashes for England has just been poor. They can deny it, they can say, oh yeah, but he lost his form. But to think that they went to Sri Lanka, alien conditions to what we have here. The West Indies very similar, alien to what we have here. And Sam Curran's not bowled or faced a ball this summer. I think, I'm not saying he would have won England the Ashes, but the kind of preparation side of having a player like that who was the difference last summer against India and Virat Kohli, to think that he's not even played this summer, I think England have missed a little bit of a rue chance there with Sam Curran.
We do love test matches that go to the final hour. That's what we got today, so we love this brand of cricket on Crickbuzz Centerstage. We'll be back next week in South London at the Oval for Centerstage. Adam Collins and Michael Vaughan. It's a big day for Australian cricket. Well done to Tim Paine and his side.